Hi, I'm Lauren Fix, the car coach. Welcome to His Turn, Her Turn. And my partner in crime?
Paul Bryant from WLS Radio in Chicago, the Drive Chicago show, heard for, well, since back in the 30s, I'm sure. So anyway, we have decided that we were going to accept the invitation of the Nissan people.
Right.
And we jumped at this because we said, you can escape 9,000 inches of snow that you had in Buffalo.
70 inches of snow in Buffalo, I'm gone.
And I said, well, I can get out of Chicago as well. And so we accepted their invitation to come out and drive the new 2015 Nissan Murano. Yeah. And here we are in Northern California, and it's darn near as cold as it was back home. And what a year Nissan is having. Across the board, they're doing very, very well.
They have super high sales numbers, huge sales growth. Beyond that, they're listed as the #1 fuel economy brand. Did I hear that right? That's 26.3 miles per gallon on average, not including the Leaf. I was pretty impressed.
The other thing that surprised me, and I guess it just snuck up on me, is a stat that I really hadn't thought about before. But who builds more cars in North America than anyone else? And you'd say, well, is it GM
right,
or Ford or somebody like that? And it turns out that it's Nissan. And
right,
their proliferation in the market is just doing great, and with great reason, too.
Right, and what's interesting is that this Murano was originally built in Japan, and now they're building it in Mississippi. So jobs for U.S. auto workers or workers in general, that's great, because we love to see vehicles made here that we use here, and this is a huge plus for Nissan.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that Murano is one of the islands off of that composes Venice, Italy. Mm-hmm. So here we say Murano, and over there it's Murano.
I like the Italian version better.
The Murano is much nicer. And one of the things that Murano, Italy is famous for is glass work. And I think it's evident in this car. And let's take a walk around and show them exactly what we're talking about. I think one of the things that you'll first notice when you get in is that it's not like one big stamping on the dashboard at all.
You see that a lot.
Yeah, it's, in this they've not done that. They've given it texture. They've given it a lot of different angles to work with. The hooding over the instrument panel is nice. The way they've integrated all of the AC things. You're going to get into some of the
IT, my favorite,
techno stuff in the center here. But all of the controls are laid out very nicely. I always like having cruise up here on the steering wheel, the way that's laid out. But I think more than anything that I appreciate is this really wonderful seating position that they've come up with that's called zero gravity.
From NASA. They use NASA engineering in order to make this work, and I think it's actually really smart to use some technology that exists.
The second thing out of NASA that we can actually use other than Tang.
Carbon fiber.
Okay, well,
carbon
so
fiber.
This would be the third. What they did is they did research, and they found out that when a body was in zero gravity, it assumed a particular posture. And they tried to set the seats up to accommodate that posture. And apparently from the studies that they've done and from the drive that we've had, at least for me, it's been an incredibly comfortable chair.
That's because you're in the driver's seat.
Well, I know. You're going to be getting in here. You're going to be on lumbar thing.
All right. Well, this passenger seat is very comfortable. I have to say, if I was just driving this every day and I had to sit in the passenger seat, I'd be fine. But if you're going on a long trip, now I'm going to be the one rolling up a blanket and shoving it in the lower lumbar.
Let me tell you something. You don't want to be hearing this. You really don't. So it's probably better to see if they could get it fixed in future editions. But
right, and you look at cars that are in the $40,000 range, and the competition has it.
Yeah. And
not all of them.
And we should talk about pricing as well. For the S model,
the entry
level in front-wheel drive comes in just a shade under $30,000, and the Platinum version, the highest level in all-wheel drive, is a little bit shy of
$40,600 to be exact.
But anyway, I think that's fair pricing on this. You get an awful lot of content. And when you figure that the average price of an average sedan in the United States right now is around $33,000.
Right.
So, yeah.
You're looking back and you've got seating for five. It's comfortable. And if you got, kids or you want to bring a gear, there's plenty of storage.
Right.
And it does have the largest cargo capacity of any vehicle in this class. So if cargo is important, you've got to bring kids and gear and stuff. And so let's take a little tour of the technology. This is my favorite area. Starting off with the menu. What's kind of neat is not just your home and previous destinations, but it has a lot of information, which is typical, you know, the weather and the traffic and so forth. Audio setup, which is nice because you can pick how you want to do it. USBs, there's 2 choices there. Lots of connections for power. Bluetooth audio, which I really like. Not everybody has that. Of course, you've got your phone connection. You can always ask it for information. It can ask you about traffic, weather, stocks, the vehicle itself, which is kind of nice. Your nav screen. Really like this 8-inch navigation screen. Huge difference. You can, of course, your destination's really simple to use, actually, which is quite nice. City center stored points. I think this is a big improvement over the previous generation.
So let me tell you something about the way this car drives. This is not a sports car. This is not set up for off-road either. This is an extremely competent passenger car with extended cargo capabilities and capabilities that are inherent to an all-wheel drive vehicle. But, you know, you're not going to go out and run the Rubicon Trail in this. You're going to go ahead and be able to feel confident whether you're driving in northern climes in the snow or any other time. It's a really competent car. About 270 horsepower. Torque number is hanging right around 240. They have their newest version of CVT transmission that really works. It doesn't get you all cheesed off. It doesn't sound like it's going or it's looking for a place to run. It really runs very well. They've got it figured out.
The car comes standard with 18-inch wheels, which is good, but if you move up to the Platinum version, you can get up to a 20-inch wheel, which I prefer. I think it gives you a nicer ride and better handling, and part of that gives you better grip on the road. Between the gauges, there is a brand new 7-inch screen, which allows you not just to change the stations, of course, but you can also pick other things that you wanted to do. It will show you directions. It can show you your fuel economy, which, by the way, the fuel economy in this vehicle is 28 miles to the gallon, which is what Nissan is claiming. In addition, this is what we've done in our aggressive driving. So I guess we've dropped it down. There's all kinds of driver aids, which is also excellent. Some of the driver aids that Nissan offers are something that not every single one offers. You've got blind spot warning, forward emergency braking, rear cross traffic alert, easy fill tire alert, 360-degree around view camera. Of course, the predictive forward collision warning is designed to warn drivers of potential risks 2 cars ahead outside their field of vision to help avoid a potential collision. These are all things that Nissan is offering in the new Murano. So one of the things that Paul and I like is the panoramic roof. It's really nice. It tilts. It's got a complete cover on it. And of course it brings in some nice sunlight. We were talking about glass, Murano glass. This is one of the things that's neat. There's a lot of glass in this car. So you almost feel like you're surrounded with glass. You can actually feel like you're part of the outside. Some vehicles, it's not the case. In a lot of cases, you know, you feel like there's Alaska-sized blind spots. There's great seating comfort, great visibility, and you can see there's so much glass around us, which is great, which is what Murano is all about. And of course, the LED headlights, LED tail lights, LED daytime running lights, so all those are all part of light and visibility. So Murano does fit this particular name in this case. As far as driving, I think it handles the road really well. It's tight, it's not mushy. More of a very specific grip on the road, which I think is something that is about Nissan. When you look at their Nismo lineup and their Juke R and everything, and you see the performance that's involved, performance is not necessarily power. In this case, it has to do with control of the road, control of the vehicle, and I think this definitely meets the quality that you would expect from a Nissan vehicle.
A wonderful time being with you in Northern California in the Napa Valley, taking a look at the 2015 Nissan Murano. And for me, it's a combination of the style on the outside, style on the inside that we've shown, and how they brought that together and really upgraded the car for 2015. I think they're going to have a hit on their hands here.
I think they're going to have a hit as well on their hands. I think what's interesting about this car, what I like, is that they've really not just updated the vehicle inside and out, but they've added technologies that consumers want. people are distracted, and adding cross traffic alert, and I love that for backing out of a parking spot. Like blind spot detection, lane change departure, and looking 2 cars ahead to tell you what's going on. This is all the future. I'm a super fan of the big 8-inch screen in the center. And what I also like is the fact that they've added some new interior colors. I'm so sick of, we have gray, black, or tan. They actually have Mocha, which I like the name, but it looks
You're just
great.
a Starbucks freak. You want the Mocha.
I know.
It's
I like
a Mocha latte.
It's a
and
Mocha
you'd be
latte.
even happier. I was very happy as well to see upgrades in the zero gravity seating. I thought the seating was exceptionally good. I like that they're heated. They heat them at the right place initially, and then go out and
Heated steering wheel.
Heated steering wheel, which of course is reason number 6 why the Al Qaeda hate us.
One of the things that I love is the seating as well. However, my one negative, you need to have lumbar support in the passenger side. We drove this Platinum Edition. It was
never stops on this.
I know, but when you're spending $40,000 in a car, it should have lumbar on the passenger side. It can really be a pain in the backside.
So all of you orthopedic surgeons who would like to bid for Lauren's back work, just to find her at Lauren Fix the Car Coach.
Yes, you can find me at laurenfix.com. Follow me at Twitter at laurenfix
and Paul Bryan on Facebook, and you can tweet me at @ThePaulBryan, or look for me on the WLSAM.com website for WLS Radio in Chicago.
Yeah, and we'll be back with more reviews. Make sure to check out the other reviews that are at laurenfix.com, also on our YouTube channel.
Yep. Okay. So that's it from Northern California. Take care, everyone.